Bjarke Ingels. I'm the founder of BIG, or BIG, an architecture office based in Copenhagen and New York. We recently published a comic book about architecture that's called Yes is More. It's intended as a sort of manifesto for inclusivism. Yes is More, the phrase is actually sort of an evolution of some of the ideas of our heroes. We couldn't help including Obama, this idea of unity or compromise or symbiosis as a radical statement. And that's exactly what, we're trying to say with Yes is More, is this idea of evolution rather than revolution, of like inclusivism rather than exclusivism. We refer to it as a pragmatic utopian. We believe in an evolution of society, that by incorporating all the different input, you can actually turn it into the driving force of your design. So essentially by saying yes to all the different inputs from the rest of society, you can achieve something so much more interesting. We're quite interested in this idea that we call hedonistic sustainability. Traditional image of sustainability as being a question of like, how much of our existing quality of life are we prepared to sacrifice in order to afford being sustainable? It's a sort of moral burden you have to bear, or like a sort of Protestant idea that it has to hurt in order to do good. So instead we're trying to focus on examples where sustainable cities and buildings can actually increase the quality of life. Our industrial port has become so clean, the water is so clean that you can swim in it. One of our first designs was the Copenhagen harbor bath that extends public life into the water. So instead of like sitting in 2 hours in a train to go to the beach, you can actually just jump in the port. A project we just recently won is a competition for a waste to energy plant. Essentially a power plant where you turn waste into heat and electricity. It's so big, this plant. It's going to be the biggest building in Copenhagen. It's going to be 100 meters tall. It's going to have a giant roofscape of various heights. Copenhagen has the climate for skiing, we just don't have the topography. So we propose that people can take an elevator next to the chimney all the way up into 100 meters height. There's going to be a green, a blue and a black slope, even a mogul slope and a kelking slope. That's going to take people down this like roofscape and bring them back to the foot of the elevator where they can go back up. The top of the chimney is carving out like a mushroom, forming a giant roof. It gradually fills up with smoke. And when there's 200 kilos of CO2 inside it, there's a piston that collapses it and it blows a giant smoke ring. In the future I'll be able to tell my kids that once they've counted 5 smoke rings, it's 1 ton of CO2. It's worse to be lazy than stupid. A lot of architecture, a lot of research, a lot of development has to do with materializing ideas. So like if you just walk around with the stuff inside your head, I'm thinking about it. If you materialize it, if you write it down, if you build a model of it, if you draw it, if you quantify it, you can share it with other people. It is as soon as you make an idea available for the input, the interpretations and even the misinterpretations of others, that you allow things to advance and evolve.